So UFC 287 just finished last night, and it was a wild event. The actual card itself wasn't too crazy. It didn't quite live up to my expectations. But Izzy going in there and getting that second round KO when all of the other MMA YouTube creators were writing him off, saying Alex has his number and Alex is the smart bet. Well, that's okay because I stood tall on Mount Everest by myself, knowing that Israel was a very unpopular pick to make, knowing that I would be called a casual, that I would be harassed in the comment section, which did happen. But then thank God, Israel came out there. It was looking a little iffy in round 1 and 2. It was pretty much more the same from last time. Both Alex and Izzy were fighting very hard over the leg kick battle. And I don't know if I believe Izzy when he says he was playing possum and allowed Alex to come in and rush in. But I do believe it in a sense that I don't think he was as rocked as Alex believed he was. Alex ran in trying to get a crazy finish in the second round, put a stamp on the quadrilogy. But doing so, he just kept throwing hooks and he kept throwing shots. It all started with the knee that missed, and he left himself wide open. Something I did mention in my earlier breakdown is Alex fights like this a lot, and he doesn't have his hands guarded like this. When you can fight like this in kickboxing because you have way bigger gloves, it's easier to parry. In MMA, it's harder to parry, so you need to have your defense more squared up, covering your actual face. Israel took advantage of that, hit him with a beautiful 1-2 combo, laid some deadly hammer fists on the ground. It was actually very reminiscent of the end of round 1 in the first fight. Now, all this being said, I'm not going to claim too much of a victory over this card because I did only get 8 right and 4 wrong. If Carl Williams had fought, it would have been 9 right, but we'll count it 8 right and 4 wrong. In my defense, I went and I checked out some of the MMA creators who I used to watch, and MMA Guru, MMA Expert, some of those guys. I did beat the shit out of their picks. So I'm just saying, it was bad, but it wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I'm a kind of a cocky asshole when I get right. I think a lot of us MMA fans are, you know? If I have a card and I get it very wrong, by all means, roast the shit out of me. I know it's at the end of the day, it's cage fighting and you're going to go in there and anything can happen. But to me, it makes it a little more fun. So, you know, getting the main event right, getting all of the main card right except Rojas, which really hurt my parlays. I'm pretty proud about that, you know, and I should have took my own advice. I literally told you guys, don't bet heavy on Rojas. Don't add him to all your parlays. He's having a very hard test. This isn't just a give me fight for him. And then I ended up adding him to like 4 of my parlays. So him and Jacqueline Amarim, those 2 prospects really hurt my parlays, and I was really mad at myself for even adding Amarim as a lock of the card. I shouldn't have done that, even though she did seem very good ahead of time. It was an untested, proven prospect coming to the UFC, and I made a mistake on that. So I'm sorry for the bad advice with that. Other than that, Steve Garcia won. He was one of my 3 underdogs of the card, so hopefully you guys cashed out good on him. And Rob Font won. He was the second of my 3 underdogs of the card. So I did pretty good with underdogs of the card, and I usually do. So I'm going to start taking my own advice and single betting all the underdogs of my card. Other notes that I wanted to mention on the card: Kevin Holland got the win. He didn't look quite as good as I thought he would against Ponzinibbio. When he missed that hook while he was holding his leg and got the back fist, that was pretty badass. I think we can all agree. But besides that, I think Ponzinibbio did pretty decent for himself. I think it was a good stoppage. I did call Kevin by finish by TKO, so I was happy to see that prop hit. I would say fight of the night for sure was Chris Curtis versus Kelvin Gastelum. Another one that went exactly as I said it would, essentially. Kelvin winning on decision. And aside from me getting the pick right, which makes me happy as a DGen, but how that fight actually went and seeing Kelvin Gastelum perform the way he did gives me a lot of hope that this guy can actually be in the UFC for a couple more fights at least and not be in BKFC. He looked really damn good. He was throwing very good combos on boxing. He was winning the leg kick battle. He was controlling the pace of the fight for almost the entire fight. That being said, Chris Curtis hit him with some nasty hooks, as we knew that Chris Curtis would likely do. But Kelvin Gastelum's chin stood up, unlike a lot of Chris's previous opponents, and he was able to edge out a decision. I will say, let me know what you think. I was almost worried they were going to give it to Chris at the end, though, because they were so close in the second. Chris did win the third. I think if it was a 5-round fight, Chris Curtis might have won, to be honest. And when I looked at the numbers, I was like, damn, is Chris Curtis about to win this? But no, thank God that the judges got it right. Do you guys agree with that decision? That's my question for, I guess, the video for you. And to briefly touch on something awful that happened yesterday, I was doing a UFC watch party. It was just starting out. The pay-per-view hadn't even started yet, and I randomly got a UFC copyright strike on the actual live stream. So I've never seen this happen to any other creator when they're doing a watch party. I double checked. I just watched the whole stream. I didn't show show any of the event. It wasn't even on. Didn't play any of the UFC audio. It was literally just me and a couple friends with my webcam on talking to chat. And I think it was maybe because of the way the stream was titled. Maybe it flagged something automatically. I'm not sure. But either way, it really put a damper on the whole card for me. Just wanted to share that with you. I won't be able to do a watch party, a live stream for 3 months now while the strike expires. I did ask the UFC to remove the strike because I didn't do anything wrong, but we'll see if they get back to me. The reason I'm bringing this up is because if I do get another strike on this channel in the next 3 months, I won't be able to upload for a certain period of time while they expire. So I have a Discord server. Join the Discord server if you do have a Discord. That way you can make sure you stay up to date in case anything does happen with my channel. And also, I'm going to start posting bonus parlays in there and talking about Fight Week picks a lot more in there as well. So if you are into UFC like me, you know, you got some like-minded buddies in the Discord, we can join and talk MMA. It's always a good time. Completely free, of course. If any of you guys did cash out some parlays, I want to start doing this in all my recap videos. Leave a comment of the best parlay you cashed. I love seeing what you guys ended up making it out with. It's always fun seeing what other people rode with. I'm going to have my full card prediction for our next UFC event coming out in my next video. So if you guys do want to get more of my predictions, you want to see more of my breakdown, consider subscribing, guys. The channel has been growing pretty damn fast, and I can't thank you guys enough. It's been a lot of fun doing this channel. Copyright strike does piss me off. Having such a good core audience already on the channel gives me a lot of motivation just to push through that, just keep building the channel the next 3 months, and then once it's expired, we'll do a really kick-ass watch long, and we'll have an even bigger channel for it. To everybody who bet Alex Pereira, I still don't blame you. It was a 50-50 fight. I think if they fight again, Alex could still win. You know, I don't blame you, but I do feel right being on the right side of it. I will say that. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.